Hey you guys, this is Katherine Egley and I want to introduce you to something called the Awesome Jar. This is something that my husband introduced to our family and I wanted to tell you about. He just found a random jar in our house and they decorated it with some duct tape and some superhero stickers because we are a family with 4 boys. And basically what you do is just find any container at your house and let your family know this is something called the Awesome Jar. And your goal is to find things that other family members are doing that's awesome, good, praiseworthy, notable. Call it out, write it down, and stick it in the Awesome Jar. So if you're like me and you have more than one child, kids like to tattletale. They like to point out what their siblings doing wrong. And this gives everyone an opportunity to notice what's going right. So for instance, I wrote down, Paul told a friend about Jesus. That's awesome. We put it in the Awesome Jar. Luke slept in his own bed. Yay! We have 4 boys that stay the night in their own beds. Awesome. George cleaned the kitchen without being asked. Awesome. Clark cleaned the playroom all by himself without being asked. Awesome. Love it when my boys clean up, obviously. You can leave a little sticky note and a pen by your Awesome Jar. We obviously just use kind of whatever scraps we have. And then like once a month we grab our jar and we sit on the floor in the family room and we just take turns pulling slips out and reading them. Because you'd think you'd forget, or you'd think you'd remember all these awesome things, but somehow you forget after time goes by. And so we get to pull them out and relive them and talk about them. My boys swell with pride that we noticed that they were doing something awesome and they want to do those things again. I mean, I remember being a 7-year-old girl and my dad saying, Katherine, you were so nice at dinner. You sat so quietly and you ate your food. And you know what I wanted to do every dinner after that? Sit nicely, eat my food, not be a distraction. So I know that I'm a person that when someone points out something good, I want to redo it, do it over and over. And I believe our kids are the same way. So find things that are awesome. Try each night before you go to bed to write down one thing to put in the jar. If it's been a hard day, just write down, you know what? We're all still alive. And then relive those things. And for instance, the other night I said, okay, boys, it's time for bed. Let's go upstairs and brush our teeth. And one son jumped up and did what I asked the first time. So I said, Clark, that's awesome. I appreciate how you listen the first time. That goes in the Awesome Jar. And guess what? The next night, all the boys are going to want to jump up the first time because they remember that I called it out and I noticed. So I hope that your family can implement something called the Awesome Jar. You don't have to have kids to find awesome throughout the day. Just write down good things, put it in a jar, and then pull those out to remember the good. Because the more you notice today that's good, the more you'll notice tomorrow. Have an awesome day.